start painting, which is quite interesting, is when you want to do a line here, that's, you can see I'm coming out concave, you tend to want to do the opposite. It takes a little bit of practice in your brain to do it. Let's see. Biggest crime, my pinkies are in. Get blue here. Yep, came off. Got lucky there. Imagine I don't see them until they're drying and I have to paint the whole flower again. It's looking good. I don't like this wave here in the flower where you kind of straighten up a little bit. Back in here and highlight a little bit. Might use the white because I want to brighten up a little bit. Get that dry and then I'll go over it with yellow. And then I go here and finish his hair. Just a little bit here, I would put a bit of shadow. They're really small detail. And what that does is push that rose petal back. Maybe put a shadow here that the branch will make. The stem. And then you can go back in if you want to make it a little bit darker. Make it stand up a little bit. It's just basically coloured water at this point. You can always make it darker, a little bit at a time. Now you got to remember again, I told you that acrylics dry darker. If you don't like it, just put a little bit of yellow and start again. I was telling you sometimes I use gold paint to finish it. So when the light hits it, it will shine a little bit. Again, this will give it another layer. Or you could use gold paint, which I have lots of it. Maybe a bit more shinier. That shine a little bit more. A little bit, not much. Once it dries, it will be a little bit shinier. I just have to keep an eye on runaway paint, which I just found is here. Oh, fix it. You could go touching the flower continuously. When is the paint finished? When you put your name on it. Working this a little bit. Trying to show you what a lost and found is. So just say you're bringing this flower up here, and this is it found, lost and found. Sometimes you see a picture, a flower in the background, it goes behind something and it doesn't come back out the other side. So it becomes lost and found. You always have to find the plant and see with a bit extra here. There you go. That looks better. And just having it just sitting there. To imagine it going from the back and coming back out. You know, as I told you about purple is always nice in a paint. Like this here, you can see the mistake here, right? You've got this flower but you don't have any stems down there. Now people will be watching this and they'll not realise why they don't like it. But let me put a stem in here and you'll see the difference. Okay, so the flower's round about here, the stem. Okay, bring down for this one. branch here. It would likely come through here, come down the back here. Just finishes. You don't have to put too much detail, it's just to give people that feeling that it's there. Just check it. Do the purple here. This here. It's going behind this, so it will come out here a little bit. Okay, and it would come out and then around. There we go. That's mixing with the blue right now, so we have to make it small with the purple. But you don't even have to do it purple, but it's a nice little hint of it. There we go. Lost and found. That's what I call it. I don't know what the other artists call it. So, I think I'm going to bring it out a little bit here. And I'm going to just put a wee tint white, make it stand up a little bit, and I'm just going to kind of beat it. This might be the only place I can use black. This bit here. Maybe a bit there if you want it to stand out a little bit. Don't use too much. Now down here there'll be some black, because that's like real far away. Shadow here. Shadow here. This is making shadow on the bottom. And that's what tells you that this is on top and this is on bottom. It's like an illusion. You sort of have to emphasize it so people can get the idea. Then we put a line here, dark. This is black mixed with burnt sienna. Brown a little bit more. Run away, either dry it in or take it off with tissue. Don't know if I like this white line, I'm going to take that away. I really don't want it to be about this is your focal. It's just helps the picture. These are just branches, don't put too much emphasis on them. This bit here, I don't like why I did that. Sometimes you do stupid things. But when art, you can change everything. Time we step back, far away, squint your eyes and read the painting from left to right like a book. See if anything stands out. Right now I'm not seeing any mistakes that are very obvious. And mistakes are good because that puts a little bit of character in it. I think that's us finished with it. Just got to sign it. I'm going to try this because I've got to paint underneath. Push this up, see if we can do this. Go inside here and finish the white canvas. Now some artists will just paint this one colour, which is acceptable. I always like to go right around with the image and take it right off the canvas on the sides. Now we're basically at the end of the painting. All you have to do is your signature here. I usually use a gold marker because my name is very long, but you can do it with paint if it's shorter. Okay, that's me finished. What I'm going to do now is go over all the stuff that we've learned. First thing we learned about was positioning. We used the Tupperware. We got the centre, put it in here. And what we did with this was we measured to see where the petals went to the end. Oh, we did the circle. We discovered this is the size of the petal should be, and then we marked it. Right around, and then we did the flower. Then we did the underpainting with the yellow, which is a positive, which we learnt. the blue was a negative. And we did the stem going down the middle. Usually if you want to just do a line from here, imaginary line, and go down here, and that will be the centre, and then work out from there. Okay, what else did we learn? We learned about the shadows being darker on this side because the sun's coming from here. We learned about layering in here. We had over 6 layers in this one piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, black, 7, 8, over 8 layers. That's what makes a painting better, when there's more layers in it. We learned about a little bit of drama here. This happened by accident, but we kept it there. We learned about trying to, if you had taken that right out the picture, what would have happened? People read the painting from left to right. So they would start here, and if this stem of the branch went out there, they would actually go out and they won't even look at your picture. So right at the beginning, make sure you don't have anything going out or even to the side. Another thing I didn't discuss is when you're taking things off the side, like this flower, this leaf, sorry, this leaf here and this flower, you must have 3 sides of things coming off. It could be up here, but this is balanced here, 1, 2, 3 coming off. I've seen people who do 2 and it's unbalanced. In the art world, it's always 3s for some reason, 3 trees, or 1 tree or 1 sunflower. This is your focal, this is your second focal, and these are your third focal. Okay, let's see what else we did. I think I gave you enough a lot in the first day, but I just wanted to show you what happens in the brain of an artist, how we have to think about all these different things, like this, pushing this forward, pushing it back, using shadows to do that, like an illusion. Then we did like a shadow here of this, so you would think that this was creating this shadow. The other little trick, we did little bits of colour. We did the lost and the found. Well, I hope you can make a painting. I would start small. The reason I did it so big was so that you'd be able to see what I was doing. I think that's me finished. Let me see what I wrote down these things. Oh, and then we did washes on the leaves. And a wash is just watered down paint. And what that did was it made the leaf as a whole thing. And I told you if you use blue wash on this, you would have pushed that right back. But you wouldn't want to do that in that one, but maybe this one with blue. Sometimes I've seen me doing a painting and doing a blue wash all around the negative. And what that does is it brings the positive out too. There's a lot in art you have to learn. You just do baby steps at a time. But the main thing I was trying to get here is positioning and positive and negative. The rest was just a little extra. Now remember the shadows here. Start with the lightest shadow and then work your way up. Darker, sorry, here, and then work your way out with just like a wash of water. Like this bit here, you should be a shadow right here. I'm going to just pop that in right now. Make that shadow a little bit darker. There. I suppose what's left is have some fun with this. Take your time and use it as a meditation or just learning a new thing. Well, that's me finished, and thank you for coming to my class. My name is Gabrielle Gosselin and this is Sunflower Delight. Thank you very much and good night. Now I have a few samples of other sunflowers I've done to show you different backgrounds. This is more simplified. You may want to try this at the beginning, but believe me, you can do this just with information that I've given you. There's another style here. As you can do anything with sunflower. As you can see, the centre's square. We all know it's round, but that's my interpretation. And this one is done in oils. It's a little bit more traditional, and it's painted on black canvas to start off with. And the last thing about this sunflower is you can use this as an underpainting, and then you can paint on top of it oil. And a lot of the artists do that, but I kind of like the acrylics the best. But if somebody orders an oil, I start off doing the acrylic underpainting, and then I finish it off with the oils. Okay, that's about it. Thank you very much once again. Hope to see you in the next lesson.